Ford is having a lot of issues with recall after recall, and their dealerships still have 2023s stuck on their lot. They can't even get 25s barely on the lot. And everything they sell is super expensive trucks and SUVs. You're talking $100,000+ trucks at your local Ford dealership. When did they become luxury? Every domestic manufacturer rose their price so much, but especially Ford. And Ford is known as the recall king. It just will never stop. And I know they're doing it on purpose, planned obsolescence. Why would they want to spend all this money building a vehicle that's not going to have recalls? But Ford is going to cheap out trying to find the cheapest parts they can, using the cheapest manufacturing, all this stuff. And they know down the line they're going to get a few recalls, but most of the time they're going to do the bare minimum. And they did announce employee pricing, which definitely helped their sales. They had one good month, but we'll see how that turns out in the year. I bet their numbers are still going to be down because they sell overpriced junk. And the discounts are not there. Even if you get $10,000, $15,000 off a $100,000 F-150, is that really enough? And on the lower trim levels with employee pricing, it's a joke. You're talking a little discount here and there. It's not enough. And even if you get employee pricing, you know the dealership's going to have a dock fee and all this stuff. They're going to try to add some BS. Most people are buying warranties and all this extra stuff, so their savings is gone immediately. But marketing works, and people are going to these dealerships, and that's the thing. They just got to get them inside the dealer. And the dealership's all about selling the payment. $700, $800, $900, $1,500 a month for some of these Fords. And it's crazy. You go to a BMW dealership, you'll probably see lower MSRPs than your local Ford dealership. But that goes to show how lost Jim Farley is as a CEO. He does not know his own customer base. It's all about making as much money as he can right now and offsetting the EV loss. Every EV they sell is a huge loss on paper. And so they want to sell these super expensive trucks and SUVs, but it's going to cost them in the long run because where's their affordable vehicle? They don't even offer one. The Ford Maverick, I walked up to it, it was 41 grand one time. So they need that affordable vehicle, that entry-level vehicle to get people into the Ford brand. People get stuck on brands and they stick to them. But even if you buy a Ford, are you going to stick with it knowing you just had issue after issue, recall after recall? So it's like almost a guarantee if you buy a brand new Ford, you're probably going to have some sort of issue. It's unfortunate, but either a recall or some issue, you're going to have to take it in for service. And it's not okay for a brand new vehicle to have issues when you're spending 50, 60, 70, 100 grand. And Ford dealerships are really bad about adding extra packages. You guys know the Black Widow, the Black Ops, all these different packages they add onto trucks. It's just a wheel, lift, and tires, but they will charge $20,000 to $40,000 for these add-ons. And whenever you go to sell that truck, it's all gone. It is literally throwing money down the drain when you buy a truck like that. That's just over MSRP, generally by 20 or 30 grand. I mean, what do you expect when you're paying over MSRP? And that's the other thing. So much for so long, people were paying MSRP or over for these Fords. When there wasn't much inventory, most people were either paying MSRP or over MSRP. And so all those people now are very far behind because Ford loses a lot of money very quickly. They're definitely not known for their resale value, especially when you spend that kind of money on a vehicle and pay the full MSRP or over. So all these people are stuck like Chuck in their vehicle and they can't even go buy a new one because they have so much negative equity. And it's a real problem with Fords because they're so expensive and they lose so much money so quickly. But we will see how the year ends for Ford, but I just don't see it going good considering how expensive things are. Yeah, they had one good month, but everybody who was thinking about buying a Ford, they were like, oh, employee pricing, let me run to the dealership. And those people got their vehicle. Now what are they going to do? I think they ran through the customers. Good luck for the rest of the year. And the first quarter was still down, so it's only one good month. I would be very surprised if they can keep that over the whole year. Every time I go to a Ford dealership, the cheapest vehicle I see is generally around $40,000. And that's going to be a base model something. That's as cheap as you're getting. So everything on their car lot is way overpriced. It's not worth the money. They don't know their own customer base trying to sell these super expensive vehicles, but in their mind, it's just about getting that payment where it needs to be. So they're going to offer 84+ month financing in order to get these loans approved and to get these people to sign the paper. And so Ford took full advantage and they are pricing their own customers out of their vehicles, and good luck in the future. We'll see how it goes. But it's crazy. Right now in 2025, there are 2023 Ford model vehicles on the dealership lot that they haven't sold for multiple years sitting on the dealership lot. This is happening across America. It's called new old stock, and it's becoming the new phrase in the industry because there's so much of it, especially at the domestic manufacturers like Ford. So every dealership across America is going to be loaded to the brim. Your local Ford dealership, which you probably have quite a few around you, every single one of them has their overflow lot, their main lot. Every lot is full. So many vehicles, they don't know what to do with it, and they're just trying to float their floor plan because the dealership's financing their inventory as well. And so they need people to keep coming in buying it, and they're starting to offer some discounts, but it's simply not enough from the manufacturer or the dealership. It's not enough money off. But let me know what you think. Maybe you love these new Ford vehicles vehicles and you're in the market, but is it really enough when you're looking at maybe 7 to 10,000 off an $80,000+ truck? I just don't think so, and so many people are saying it's not, and they would rather just keep their old vehicle than go buy a new one, especially a Ford. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.